Alright, we're back on Secret Valley between HasuObs and Lin. HasuObs again with a Fiend build here, this time spawning on top of the map. Lin, I guess not too surprisingly then, spawning at the bottom. Again with the standard build as well. And well, what to do for HasuObs? I guess Lin this time will very carefully scout around the time HasuObs reaches tier 2, so he doesn't get surprised by another surprise strategy again. And for HasuObs, well, if you didn't want to go into a standard game onto Arena Stand, then Secret Valley isn't going to be any easier at all. Keep in mind that at the time this game was played, the map pool, the map pools tended to have a lot or many maps that were very good for orcs by, looking at it from today's standards. Maps like Lost Temple and Knollwood were also in this pool and were, likely to be vetoed by undeads in this matchup. Or Echo Isles, for example, with the many good item drops and the marketplace. Also not too easy to play for undeads against orc. And it's a Farseer first for Lun, so he's switching it up. Nice to see, especially on Secret Valley, which is like one of the worst maps for Farseer there is. So curious to see what he's got up his sleeve with that one. Looks like he's gonna go for a shop before his tech here as well. And we'll see what HasuObs is going to be able to do against Farseer here by Lun. Excuse me. So thus far, of course, he's got no idea about what's going to come. And Lun, okay, he's just waiting for the grunt here to start creeping as soon as that one spawns. So it looks like he's probably going to get level 2 by creeping this one, and then this one. And then at some point during HasuObs' tech, these guys will be assaulted, or at least that's what I would be expecting from a Farseer opening by the orc. Maybe not. Death Knight is about to spawn, and looks like he's gonna get the dust here as well. Of course, expecting a Blade Master, and why wouldn't you? Claws of attack for the Farseer. That's decent news. He's gonna grab some items here, whereas the rest of the army is gonna creep up to level 2 for him. Tier 2 tech started now. HasuObs is at 20 supply just now, and adding another Fiend. As always, we'll keep an eye on his tech as well, see how late he's going to choose to start that one. Lun with a speed scroll in his inventory as well, so he can always move into the undead base and speed scroll out if he wants to. See if he's even getting a staff. Definitely a likely option here. Or is he just waiting for the boots? He just spent gold. Yeah, he just spent gold on a grunt, so I guess he's not gonna go for boots. No, he's going for staff. He just waited for 150. The grunt scouting HasuObs' army here, and if HasuObs allows this to happen, then he might be in some trouble. He starts creeping here, so these guys will be completely exposed. Luckily for HasuObs, he didn't even start his tech yet. Level 2 for the Death Knight, and now the Farseer is coming in with his wolves. The first Chain Lightning is going to secure him the first kill here on one of the Acolytes, and HasuObs is now reacting. First Acolyte has already fallen. He's trying to escape towards the left hand side. He has to abandon the creep camp here after taking down 2 of the ogres and 1 of the trolls. The second Acolyte is going to fall here as well. The Claws of Attack +6 certainly are helping here. And let's see if another Chain Lightning will be used by the orc player before he decides to staff out of there. So yeah, there is the... Wow, he could even leave. Yeah, he could even run here. And another Acolyte is falling. The coil comes too late here. I think that makes a total of 4. So heavy damage taken by HasuObs. And Lun, yeah, staffing to his grunts. Continues to creep. He's gonna have a, well, tiny XP lead, which, yeah, maybe will be equalized here by HasuObs quite quickly. But He is going to have his beastries finished. I guess he could go for double beastry or for one beastry. Well, he's gonna have his tier 2 buildings finished before HasuObs even starts his tech. And he's gonna have such great map control. He's gonna be able to, I guess if he wants to, he can just creep the expansion right now and put a Great Hall there. Looks like HasuObs may be expecting that. Or he could just go at it again, frankly. Well, he doesn't really have a lot of mana. And now he's got level 2 wolves, so those cannot enter the back line of the undead base anymore. All he can do is basically stand here and then spawn the wolves into the back of the undead base. What is HasuObs doing? Looks like he maybe wants to cancel tier 2 buildings, but is he going to be in time to do so? It's double beastry actually and a TC second. So what does HasuObs do against Windriders here? He needs tier 2 for web. Okay, one of the beastries is at least going to be cancelled. But in return, HasuObs is taking so much damage as well. Let's see who is going to get the better out of this trade. Yeah, perhaps if he can kill a couple of burrows, then he's going to be able to delay the tier 2 production of his opponent as well. TC is out right now, trying to win a bit of time, moving around a little bit clumsily. HasuObs just continues repairing. I mean, he's still on tier 1. TC is coming in. Looks like the first burrow may be falling soon. Lyn is trying his best to repair, stunning the fiends for a little bit, but now the damage output should probably be enough. One of the PNs gets killed, and now Lyn is supply blocked at 35 out of 30, while the Farseer, yeah, I think he just tried to spawn the wolves into the back line, but that didn't work out for him. He needs to continue doing damage here. In the meantime, that's exactly what HasuObs is doing. I guess he might be killing this last burrow and then town portaling home. No, it's actually Lyn who decides to town portal first. He didn't get really anything killed here. So maybe this, yeah, turned out to be not that bad for HasuObs. There's no more mana for Stomp on the TC. Lyn, speed scroll mining here with the peons for a second. And he doesn't really have a lot of gold, so HasuObs has just won some very, very valuable time with this trade. And honestly, I think it was quite the blunder by Lyn to go for level 2 wolves here instead of level 2 chain lightning. Nicely getting another surround though, even without Stomp. Because with level 2 chain lightning, he still would have had the level 1 wolves. He could have still gone through the gaps here. And he would have had level 2 chain lightning, which would have even killed the acolytes more quickly. So I guess if he had skilled differently, the game could be looking a lot better for him. I mean, don't get me wrong, he still has a huge tech advantage. He still has a solid army here with 5 grunts and a TC second, which is going to synergize very nicely with those. And he's about to get his tier 2 production going, so it's not like he's looking bad here in any way, shape or form. See if the Death Knight kills the Nightcrawler here. He does. And HasuObs is just trying to survive for the time being. Another Ziggurat coming in. Look at the positioning. I guess he's afraid of some Windrider harassment as well. So he could upgrade this one to a Spirit Tower. But it's a Raider, which, given that there's only one beastry here, makes sense. Raider's grunts are also going to do very well against the fiends. And with only the one beastry, he wouldn't be able to get a sufficient number of Windriders. HasuObs is just trying to not actually take a fight here, just trying to stop Lyn from creeping all of his camps around his base. Speed scroll used here. Is the TC going to get into a good position? I guess the answer is no. Is he going to get surrounded with Death Knight anyways? He's at least able to block him off from the rest of his army. Going for the Farseer here. Yeah, that one is actually somewhat vulnerable. If he gets him under 140 HP, a coil would be enough to kill him. And he does have plenty of coils with the mana potion if he decides to use it. At the same time, he's leaving his fiends exposed though. One of them is falling level 2 for the TC. Aura skilled immediately. And the TC also has plenty of mana. Another ensnare on one of these fiends. And yeah, now this is very, very awkward for HasuObs. This is once again the time where he doesn't want to fight with only a Death Knight and a couple of fiends, and he is forced to pull the Town Portal. Chain Lightning secures another kill on a fiend. 43 supply against 34. He's reached tier 2 though. Going for tier 3. Getting a Slaughterhouse, getting his Lich. Whereas Lyn is almost at 50 supply though. Looks like the Farseer staff back. He stays on tier 2, getting a Kodo. But I really think it would be wise for Lyn to soon get an expansion. Because if somehow HasuObs can stabilize here and creep up his Death Knight and Lich, then the Farseer TC combination often proves to be not as useful in the late game. So what I'm getting at is he probably wants to go into the late game with an advantage, with a significant advantage, which would be having an expansion running. Fluid of Accuracy. He's very, very slowly taking down the Red Drake here. Yeah, but HasuObs seems to be very, very afraid as well from being creep checked. He didn't rebuy a Town Portal yet. Therefore, if he got jacked here, this might be game over already. Now he bought a new Town Portal. But he sees that Lyn is creeping this and he cannot even creep check on his own. It's just, he seems to be that far behind. TC level 3. Farseer is getting a bit of XP as well from these skeletons. And it looks like HasuObs now, as he knows where Lyn is just trying to run to the other side of the map to get a bit of experience on his heroes. I mean, his Death Knight is looking alright. The Lich would really like to have some more experience than he does currently. Double Slaughterhouse. But at first he's gonna have to hold against his push, and he... Yeah, okay, he just bought a new Town Portal, okay. Was just getting nervous there for a second, but yeah. He just bought that one before... he left his base. The shop has already fallen nevertheless, and now he's gonna have to repair his main because that one's in serious danger of dying. Also nicely ensnaring the two Acolytes that prevent the other Acolytes from actually getting access to the main. Stomp is coming in against all of the fiends, and he's just gonna be able to kill the main. One Raider is falling here, another Stomp here. It's like he's just gonna kill a couple of Acolytes here, and HasuObs is going to be having such low gold income for such a long time. He's down to 4 Acolytes. On top of things, all of his fiends are clumped up as well. And Lyn is just going for the Acolytes because he knows HasuObs cannot rebuild them. He's down to 2 Acolytes. He's gonna lose another one. He's never gonna be able to build anything anymore in this game. Another Stomp is coming in by the TC. I guess now Lyn is just gonna run out of that base laughing, and HasuObs calls the GG. I mean, there's no way in hell that HasuObs would ever be allowed to build another Necropolis without it getting cancelled. So no more gold income basically. And no more, no more production basically due to that for HasuObs. And this one, a rather short game this time, very much came down to the damage HasuObs took from the initial harassment. And I guess the only reason the game lasted as long was that Lyn wasn't able to deal any significant damage in the following push, while HasuObs was at least able to kill all of the burrows. But still, I mean, from the get-go, basically a very one-sided game. HasuObs, staying true to his nature here in losing against an Orc. I guess game 1 was somewhat more interesting. And game 2, as I said, very, very one-sided. That means Lyn and Grubby take their first victories here on the first playday. Proteus is going to start on playday number 2 in these finals. He's going to be the next, well, perhaps Undead, who is going to take on Lyn. We'll see what race Proteus is going to choose to play against him. But we're going to go into Group B next, where we're going to start with Paladin against Lucifer. And afterwards we'll see Todd against Happy. I guess certainly the second game, very interesting already on that first playday. For now, that is all though. I hope you enjoyed the games. I hope you'll give a thumbs up and your comment. And I'll see you for the next best of 3. Take care. Bye.